Hey everybody, it is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is called Melt With You, Their Thoughts and Feelings. We're going to be doing initials at the end of each pile to verify your reading. So stick around for that at the end of each pile, and let's go ahead and look at the different piles. You can go directly to the timestamp below to choose your pile. And you're more than welcome to watch more than one pile as well. We have pile number 1 represented by the pineapple, pile number 2 represented by the strawberry, and pile number 3 represented by the eggplant. So let's go ahead. I'm going to clear some stuff out of the way. Whoopsie. Clear some stuff out of the way for the other piles. And we are going to go ahead and get into it. Starting with pile number 1. Okay, I'm gonna ring a bell. Let's do it. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the pineapple, and today's reading is called Melt With You, Their Thoughts and Feelings. We're gonna get initials at the end of your pile, so stick around for that. And let's start with your tarot cards, and then we'll look at the oracle cards, okay? So let's go ahead and begin for pile number 1. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the energy of pile number 1. Come through with an open heart and an open mind, seeking your guidance. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium in the channel between yourself and pile number 1. Let's go ahead and see their thoughts and feelings, please. Their thoughts and feelings for pile number 1. Whoop. Oh, there's the 2 of Cups. Very nice. Well, we will take it. We're not going to look a gift horse in the eye, are we? Pile number 1. We will take the 2 of Cups when we can. We have the Fool on the bottom of the deck. How exciting. Let's go ahead and see what we have here for the oracle cards, and then we'll get into the tarot. We have we have a married or a taken man. So that's interesting. We have receive and open, okay? We have Hesed, which has to do with the Sephirah associated with Jupiter on the tree of life, and someone that is open to receiving communication from you, is open to, has very positive feelings towards you, pile number 1, and is open to receive your communication. We have get curious. This person very curious about you, very open to whatever comes their way when it comes to you. We have travel, make plans, time to move on. Okay, so here's the interesting thing about this getting curious and travel and Hesed here is that I feel this person is looking for opportunities to do something different than what they've done in the past. And with the Fool on the bottom of the deck, I do think this person is looking for a new beginning. Now, we do have to address the elephant in the room, don't we? Pile number 1, because we have a married or taken man or woman here. Now, this person could be getting out of a relationship because we have make plans, time to move on. Okay, and this person is possibly considering leaving a relationship, starting over, doing something else, and is open to receiving what you have to say, and open to receiving like your advice, or open to receiving what comes to them as a result of this situation. And with the 2 of Cups here, I do think this person is looking for passion and is looking for deep emotional connection as well. Okay, and I do feel like this person is like missing the sexual aspect of a relationship, or missing the intimacy or sexual aspect of a relationship. And they want to make out, they want to have a good time, they want to feel good, okay, and they want to feel like really connected, I feel. And I feel like what they're saying is like, next time around, they're gonna pick somebody different. And perhaps that somebody different is you, pile number 1. If you've had a habit, pile number one, of like falling for people who are taken or people who are unavailable, and you're like, you know what, if this person is taken or they are, you know, they are taken or they are with someone else, then I'm not going to be with them. Like, I will move on. And I do feel like there is a lot of curious energy here between you and this person, with this get curious and wondering like what's up with each other or wanting to talk to one another. And with Hesed here, like an opportunity to expand on whatever else is already going on between you two. And I am getting, with this get curious travel, Jupiter energy, I am getting like Gemini, Sagittarius kind of vibes. Perhaps somebody here is a Gemini or a Sagittarius in this connection. But, you know, with the Fool on the bottom of the deck, we're looking for excitement, something unusual, something different than what one has had before, okay? And so interesting energy, pile number one. Let's see here. And did you know that this person was taken? Or did you have a suspicion that perhaps they were just coming out of a relationship? Or did you know, I mean, he's wearing his ring right here. So, you know, perhaps this person was open about the fact that they were with someone else, or that they have something else going on. And I am seeing like a person dressed in business attire here. So perhaps this person works in business or consulting or management or something like that. But I do feel like, you know, this person, I'm also getting someone who works like at, this is weird to say, but I just have to say it. I'm getting somebody who works at like a rental car company, or is like the manager of a rental car company. I don't know why someone, spirit, whatever, the Hertz came up, WHERTZ. Maybe someone works for that company that is a rental car company. Perhaps you work with this person in some type of a capacity, or they're a vendor of yours or something like that, pile number one. But the thing is I do feel like this person is being kind of open about the fact that they're taken, or they're just coming out of a relationship, or they're separated, this type of energy, but yet they still seem very, very open and curious and smiling and wanting to get to know you. I'm also getting something about a person who doesn't wear a watch, or on the day that you saw them wasn't wearing their watch, but normally wears a watch. I'm just getting something about somebody wearing a nice watch, but isn't wearing one at the moment, or, you know, maybe they're getting it repaired or something. But I am getting something about a watch, and watch also tells me about timing as well too. And this person being like very open to get to know you, or very open to talk to you, and very open to like, you know, furthering this connection. I feel pile number one, but it may also make them a little bit uncomfortable because of their situation. It may make them a little uncomfortable having to explain it or having to justify it. But I kind of feel like you guys are like, you know, if this person is in a relationship with someone else, or if they are, you know, dating someone else, like, I do want to know about it, and I'm not in the mood for that, and I don't really want to put up with that, okay? So I am seeing that energy too, and there could be, because of travel here, there could be distance that you have to travel to see one another. You know, but the Fool is very open. That's what I will say about the Fool is, you know, perhaps you've been really open with this person, or they've been wanting to be open with you as well, okay? And the Fool is about a brand new like opportunity to do something different and fun. And so there is like excitement there. I feel pile number one. We have the Hierophant here. Yeah, the Hierophant with the married man definitely could be somebody in a relationship, or somebody that has a a child or somebody that, I'm also getting somebody that could have been divorced twice. And somebody that has, this person could have an ex that is moving on or is talking to someone else. Okay. But the Hierophant is about like higher union in general. And so, and it also talks about solidified unions as well, like unions that are very much like solidified in reality. Like you have a house with this person, you live with this person, you wake up to them every day, you're married to them, you're in a long-term relationship. So, you know, this person definitely could be, but I see their eyesight is set somewhere else, pile number one, okay? We have the Six of Swords here, and I feel like this person is saying like, I don't have any reason to kind of like hang on to this anymore. They're looking for a way out of their connection, or they're planning a way out of it with the Six of Swords. They're looking to be like a lot more free, okay, is what I'm seeing here. Also, the Fool having to do with freedom, and the Six of Swords definitely having to do with that ability to come and go and move freely. And I also think, you know, this person, I feel like this person could have had very traditional values in the past, but it kind of feels like maybe they are not in those kind of traditional energies anymore. Like they could have had a traditional kind of a commitment, relationship, etc. But I feel like now what they want to move on to this High Priestess, which I feel is you, pile number one, okay? And so, and it definitely could be the attention focused and different directions here. And they know that whatever they choose, they're going to hurt someone, is also what I feel too. I'm seeing the Five Swords at their feet here, no matter what direction they choose. You know, here's the thing. I feel like this person has made particular commitments to somebody, but at the same time, pile number one, I do think that they would rather explore the options with you, or they would rather explore getting to know you. And I feel like you're the mystery, okay? And I also feel like this person wants to move on from their old life, and they want to do it in a very like non-confrontational, very like quietly move on type of energy. Like they don't want it to be like some huge argument or some huge to do. I feel like they just want to move on like in peace, is what I feel like actually with the Six of Swords and the High Priestess, is that they would really just like to move on. And we have this moving on here. And, you know, we can see them looking forward to the future and wanting to make plans to move on. And perhaps they are making plans to move on now. And, or perhaps they're in the middle of a plan to move on here. And I'm seeing what they want more of in their life is more intimacy with the Two of Cups, more excitement with the Fool, a fresh start, a brand new beginning. They want to reset in their life, basically. And I do feel like this person's been dreaming about you with the High Priestess. They've been thinking about you, and something about your eyes and the way that you look at them, really pulling them into you, pile number one. Very like a magnetic kind of attraction. And I also feel like this person moving on from past history with another person, and perhaps it is time for them to move on from something in their past. And you know, this whole thing of getting curious about the energy between you two, which is obviously very mysterious, is what I feel here too. And yeah, so I do feel like this person is saying they've got work to do to kind of, with the Hierophant here, to kind of and what they've been working on, but at the same time, I feel like their energy or their heart or their intention is kind of with you, pile number one. We have the Empress. Okay. So, this is really where, somebody else is also in this energy. Now, the person that this person used to be with in the past could be, even though they're wanting to move on as well too, or they're thinking they're going to move on too, I do feel this person could be jealous, they could be bitter, they could know that you actually, if you know this person, I also feel this person could have looked you up or knows that there's something going on, and when I'm talking about this person, I mean the ex-partner of this person that you came here for this reading for. And I do feel like this person is very curious about you. And, this person may have kind of a jaded attitude towards the situation with you, like, oh, it's another like flavor of the week, or oh, it's another, thing that, this person could have quite a jaded attitude towards the connection that you're developing with this person. And, I do think this person knows about you, pile number one, or I do think that they're aware of who you are. And I do think that they are like curious about what you're thinking and what your feelings are and what your mind is, what your intentions are and what you're thinking about. The thing is I don't feel like this person like intimidates you in any way, pile number one. I don't. I feel like you're very secure in where you're headed and where you want to be when it comes to a relationship. But I just also feel that this person knows, this person's ex-partner knows that this person has feelings for you, that and I think it makes them very like curious about who you are and like what you're about. I do think they're becoming aware of like who this mystery person is, which is you. And I do think they're trying to understand what's going on between you and this person, pile number one. And maybe that's why you two need to get away, or this person could also be suspicious that they're traveling to come see you, or know that they've come to come see you and spend time with you. And so I definitely am feeling like this person's love life, the person you came here for, their love life is getting pointed in a new direction, pile number one, okay? Or they're being redirected towards like, deep romantic fulfilling love with this Two of Cups. But I also feel like this Empress here, the person that this person used to be with, is not too happy about it. Now, that's not to say that they'll, and this person could have a child with this person, or I do see a child involved here. But this person could be not too happy about what's been going on, and may think that this connection will like pass, or it's just like a passing phase, or just like the mood of the moment type of energy. But what I think this person doesn't also understand, pile number one, is that, the person you came here for wants to move on, and wants to get past this phase of their life. And I do feel like they've been unhappy. On the outside, it could look like it's a nice arrangement, or it's a nice relationship or something. But when you go and actually look at what's happening internally in their connection, or what was happening in the past with it, it's, not what it used to be type of energy is what I'm seeing here, pile number one. So very interesting energy. I'm going to get a couple cards here on this Empress. And, the Empress is pretty sure of where her place is in someone's life. And, you know, and the Empress is kind of like, no one can knock off my crown, and I'm pretty sure of who I am to this person and where my place is in their life. But I also kind of feel like you're intimidating in a different way, pile number one, to this person. And I do feel like they feel very challenged by that. And the Empress is different than the High Priestess. This person could know that you're very spiritual or intuitive. Not that the Empress can't be either, but, you know, if you've been kind of like, here's happiness, okay? So this person could be concerned that you won't know how to make this person happy, or, you know, they've been the one making this person happy, or you wouldn't know what to do to make this person happy. Okay, this person may also, when I'm talking about the ex of the person that you came here for, they may also act like they really want their ex to be happy or move on to happiness, but I kind of feel like they're like, you know, the person you came here for would be happier with me rather than you, okay? Like, who are you is kind of what I feel like they're saying. And so that's interesting. All right. But I do feel like moving on is the best thing for everyone involved, and it brings more happiness to everyone involved, actually. Okay. And let's see what else we have going on here. Can you show me the Empress, please? Okay. Abundance. Okay. And this person may be happy as long as, you know, they have what they need financially, or they're getting paid, or they're getting, you know, child support, or, you know, this person is more concerned about their material happiness or their financial state. And as long as they get their money, or as long as they're taken care of financially, they're going to not mess with things, is kind of what I'm getting. Also, this person could be all about the money, or all about the coin, or all about, you know, like wanting someone to take care of them or pay for them, where I feel like you guys are a little bit different, pile number one. Okay, maybe that isn't your highest priority. Maybe your highest priority is, like, you know, a deep spiritual connection, and money maybe isn't as important. But pile number one, very interesting energy. Spirit's just wanting you to know that you're protected on the bottom of the deck here, and that it's fine, and you're going to be protected in this situation no matter what. Okay. And I do see like the shining diamond earrings on the Empress. Perhaps that Empress is most concerned with maintaining her financial status. And but I can see this person also may have a good financial status with this, or potential to have a good financial status. But at the same time, I do feel this person's ready to move on from this Empress. Okay. And let's go ahead and get some initials here for you. Pile number one. This Empress could also be worried that their money or their abundance is going to be taken away when this person moves on, and that you'll be receiving that, the benefit of, you know, this person's money or whatever they've got going on. Okay. But I do feel this person you came here for the reading for is making plans to move on. Let's see here. Can I get some initials here for pile number one, please? We have an R. Okay. We have an I. Rim. Okay. Rim. Well, I was talking about somebody that worked for like a rental car company or a car company, but more in a business role there. Of course, we can't avoid the inevitable rim job, can we? Pile number one. But anyway, let's keep going. We have Rima. Okay. Mia. Okay. And also, I'm something. I'm a ram. I'm also feeling like somebody here is an Aries, or has Aries in their chart, is what I'm also getting. That X, the Empress X, could have Aries in her chart or something like that. I am seeing that. Mad. Yeah. And then if we had an S here, we'd have Mars, and my gaze was already kind of drawn to Mars, but mad, okay? M-A-D, mad. Like somebody, oh, and M-A-R-R-I-D, married and mad, okay? So somebody is mad and married, and interesting. I don't normally have like third-party readings too much, and you know, coming through so clearly as a third-party reading, so that's very interesting. DC could be Washington, DC, somebody living in Washington, DC. We have Mac, M-A-C, Mac, like ridiculous or something. I feel like, you know, you're saying it's ridiculous that this person is mad. Somebody here is saying like it's ridiculous that this person is mad, and maybe it's the person you came here for is also like, you know, I have given this person money, I have tried to make them happy, I have given them what they want. It's ridiculous that they're mad. So I am seeing that here too. We see rad, I'm rad. Yeah, the High Priestess, Six of Swords, isn't really sweating anything and isn't really, is kind of like effortlessly cool. And perhaps you guys are like that kind of energy. I feel you're very different from the person that they were with in the past. So it's like they're saying, you're saying I'm rad, or they're saying you're rad. And card, C-A-R-D. You know what's so funny? I'm Cardi, which is like making me think of Cardi B. I am Cardi B. Anyway, maybe you look like Cardi B, or you got that thing going on. I am Cardi. That's so funny. You never know who watches these readings anyway. If Cardi B ever watches this reading, what's up? But, you know, who knows, right? And I wouldn't know. But let's see what else we have here. Okay, I feel like mirror could be here too. Somebody really looking in the mirror at something. And dim, D-I-M, okay? Like dim lighting or something like that, okay? Dim. Well, when things are dim, it means they're kind of like waning. And so this relationship or whatever it was is waning. And I am seeing Rica as in R-I-C-A or Costa Rica. Maybe somebody here has a connection to Costa Rica. And IDC, I don't care. Someone's mad, but somebody doesn't care. They're moving on anyway. You know, this person could be mad, but it's like, you guys are like, I don't care. Like, we're moving on together, or we're moving on anyway, okay? So that's very interesting energy as well. It's like, I don't really care if you're mad anymore. Like, this is happening. And Maggie, M-A-G-G-I, Maggie could be here too. Cig or cigarette, somebody could smoke. I also have I'm magic or magic here. And that definitely is for you guys, I feel. It's 11:11. Look at my clock right now, pile number one. See it? 11:11. It's literally, I just looked at my clock. It's 11:11 in your reading, and it says I'm magic. No doubt you are magic. You're coming through as, you know, the High Priestess. So of course you're magic. Yeah, I also feel like I'm game is here, or this person is saying I'm game to you. And interesting. We have an O here, an O. Yeah, I'm a go, or I'm gonna go. I'm a go. I'm gonna go. I feel like is here too. G-O, okay? And cog, C-O-G-M-A-C, cog in the machine. Like this person from the past could kind of be like a cog in the machine, or something that they need to deal with. We also have the name Gia here, G-I-A. And yeah, I don't know why I just got Lana Del Rey. Maybe some of you here really like Lana Del Rey too. She's very High Priestess type of energy. She's not really Empress. She's more like, you know, swoony type of a thing. But anyway, so we have, I feel like the name Tomas could be here, Thomas or Tomas. And Tao, like the I Ching and the Tao. Maybe some of you are very into that, or this person is into that. We have Tim and Thomas, and interesting. AOT, got. Ooh, we have an X. Oh my gosh, I'm putting it on that Empress. Okay, so we do have an X coming through in the reading. And, you know, I feel like Mirage is here too. Like maybe it was like fake with her, or I'm saying her because it's the Empress, but it doesn't have to be a her. Maybe it was fake with him or her. And it feels more like real with you. I do feel like this person has their sights set on going somewhere else with their life here. Okay, and let's see, anything else? That dog is here. I'm a dog. Someone's a dog. Okay, interesting. Margot, M-A-R-G-O. I am Margot. And the name Margot is here. I am mad. Definitely here. Somebody here is mad. And maybe you're a little bit mad at this situation and the way things are or have been going because of this other thing going on too. Pile number one. But I feel like I do feel like this person is set their sights on moving somewhere else or going somewhere else away from this situation. Okay, so that is what I am getting here, pile number one. That is what I have for you. For those of you that would be interested in a personal reading with me, you can always book one, and details for how to do so are below. For those of you that would like to explore a natal chart reading with me, details for how to ask for one are in the description box below. So thank you so much, pile number one. Appreciate you being here. Very interesting reading. I found myself wanting to read more because what an interesting situation. But thank you so much, pile number one, and take care. Let's move on to pile number two. Okay. All right then. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the strawberry, and today's reading is called Melt With You, Their Thoughts and Feelings. Pile number two, stick around to the end of the reading because we will be doing initials, my friends. For those of you interested in a personal reading with me, details for how to book one are below. If you'd like a natal chart reading with me, details for how to book one are below. So let's go ahead and get into it for my pile number twos. The reading is called Melt With You, Their Thoughts and Feelings. This person wanting to melt with pile number two. I stop the world and melt with you. Do you guys remember that song? I see the future and it's getting brighter all the time. There's nothing I wouldn't do. All right, let's go ahead and see for pile number two. 1, 2, 3, 4. Page of Cups. Aw, so cute, so sweet. And I feel like you guys are really hoping for something beautiful and lovely, pile number two. So let's see what we have going on for you here. Something romantic and sweet and caring and lovely. Let's see. Love is in the air. Pile number two, good for you. I like it. We have thoughts, isolating thoughts. This person thinking about you, you're definitely on their mind, and they're wondering what you're thinking. This is a reading about what they're thinking, but I also feel this person is having a lot of thoughts about you, okay, and how you feel. We have Malhut here, which is the Sephirah associated on the Tree of Life with Earth near the bottom of the tree. And this person could be feeling like something is blocking them from saying something, like they're having a lot of thoughts, but there could be something that feels very heavy because Malhut represents the heaviest part on the tree. And it could also be a lack of confidence maybe that they're feeling too. We have compassion here, okay? And this person, you know, with the Page of Cups, I feel you guys are a very compassionate person. And I feel like this person misses you. And, you know, you can miss someone even if you saw them yesterday, right? Like, I do feel like this person, you know, really loves like your compassionate, caring, kind, sweet spirit, okay? And is like, you know, missing hearing about you, talking about you, is wondering like what you're up to and what you're doing, and wants to reach out to you. And there is this thing with compassion of like, you know, my thoughts are with you if you're going through something, or they're going through something, going through some heaviness, going through some earth-based, you know, problems and concerns. We have Malchut with compassion. I do feel like somebody here could be like in the service profession, helping others, whether it's like therapists, people that work in the medical community, you know, very caring and compassionate energy. I feel like that this person has towards you. They're wondering how you're feeling and how you're doing and what's going on with you, I feel, okay? And, you know, you may be kind of in your emotions, pile number 2. They're kind of up in their head. You're kind of in your emotions. I feel like, you know, there's some things that perhaps this person wants to say to you, but I also kind of feel like they don't know how, or they're not sure how to do that, okay? And I do feel like this person could have a tendency to isolate themselves when they are feeling like very emotional or heavy, and this person may feel depressed sometimes, pile number 2. But I feel like when they think about you, I feel like they, you know, they get like a little stirring in their heart. And I do feel like they care about what happens to you and how you're doing and how you're holding up, or, you know, that type of thing. But I also feel like, you know, there could be this whole thing between you and this person of feeling like there's feelings between you two, but it also kind of feels like maybe having a hard time talking about it, or having a hard time like expressing it. Do you know what I'm saying? Pile number 2. We have door, okay? Ooh, new doorways. I also feel like this person is saying, my door will always be open. And, you know, like my doors will always be open to you. Or we have new doorways, open with new opportunities, okay? And I do feel like this person wants to open up the door to you, pile number 2. And I do feel like, you know, you guys could use some compassion and tender loving care, and somebody who like worries about you and thinks about you and wonders how you're doing. And I feel like, you know, having that emotional connection, like checking up on each other, seeing how each other are doing, I do feel like that could be very important to you guys right now. I do feel like this person has feelings for you. And they may say something to you like, you know, if you want to talk, or, you know, if you want to share, like my door is always open. And, you know, I do feel like this person kind of like prides themselves on being there for the people that they care about. They may have a hard time letting other people care about them or show them the same level of compassion. And maybe you also have that as well, pile number 2, where like you're very empathetic, you're very caring, Page of Cups, and you really do like put a lot of love into the people that you care about, but maybe you don't always see it in return either. And I feel like you and this person could kind of be alike like that, okay? Like you two could kind of, I'm also saying cookies, or somebody who made someone cookies, or I do feel like this person is thinking about how good you smell. Perhaps you smell like a cookie, pile number 2, or you vanilla or that really like sweet smell is in the air of love. And this person having a hard time, making their thoughts materialize. Like they're having a hard time expressing themselves, and they're having a hard time like this they're having a hard time expressing how they're feeling. Even right now, I'm kind of like, how do I say this? So they may have that kind of energy about them too, where they really do care about you and how you're doing. And perhaps they may offer to do something nice for you, like, hey, can I bring you this? Or I heard you weren't feeling well. Can I bring you, that's cute when people do that. Hey, I heard you're not feeling well. Can I bring you like some soup? Or do you want to go have, like, do you want some hot tea? Or, this type of thing. And I do feel like this person could kind of be an acts of service love language, where they, it may be hard for them to express what they're feeling, because he looks like he's, and I'm saying he, but it could be she, because this person looks like, they may be kind of an overthinker, pile number 2, and they may really get in their head at times and kind of like overthink things. And, but I also feel like, if something needs to be done, Malhut, like the earth plane, if something needs to be done, they'll do it, right? As Vanilla Ice would say, if there's a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it. But anyway, I don't know why I said that, pile number 2, but this person's like, yeah, if you've got an issue going on, or, something, like, my door is always open for you. And they are looking for new opportunities. Here's the thing, like, I feel like what they say is like, my door is always open for you, or there's new opportunities. But I also feel like you guys are a little bit like, well, okay, but I need you to like express to me how you're feeling, or I need to know like what you're feeling. And you guys may feel that this person doesn't like think about you a lot, or doesn't care a lot, or something like that. But because perhaps you're used to people kind of putting you in that position where you're thinking about them, they're not thinking, as much about you. But I do feel like this person is thinking about you. I really do. And I do feel like their door is open to you. And I do feel like they care about what's going on with you emotionally. They may also care about like what's happening with you emotionally, but also what's happening with you like physically, like your health and things like that as well. Pile number 2, okay? And we have the moon. Oh my goodness. This person like really in it, like thinking about like what you're thinking and what you're going through and what's on your mind. Like they're a little confused about how you feel is kind of what I'm getting here. Pile number 2. We have the 4 of Wands, okay? And this happens sometimes, like when we have a good time, or we go out with someone, or we meet someone, and it's like, well, what next type of energy. And I also feel like this person is wondering like what you like to do for fun, or they're wondering like, what is it that like makes you happy, or what are you looking for? I also feel like this person is kind of like, what are you looking for? And like what makes you happy, or what makes you feel like comfortable and satisfied. And perhaps this person with the moon is wanting, because the moon can represent like the home or where we stay. Perhaps this person is wanting to invite you over, but doesn't know how to talk or to say or what to do. But new doorways open with new opportunities. I also feel like you guys are very compassionate, romantic. Maybe some of you write poetry. Maybe some of you are artists. I do feel like, you've got that mysterious kind of vibe to you. I do feel like this person loves your hair as well. Pile number 2, like for those of you that have, I'm seeing long hair with wave or curl in it. I do feel like this person thinks that you have like a sexy back or shoulders, or you have very beautiful hair. And you know, I do feel like this person is kind of like up late at night as well with the moon, kind of thinking about you and wondering what you're doing and what you're up to. And like, should they reach out and invite you to go somewhere? Four of Wands, okay? We have the sun. Ooh, the sun and the moon, right? I feel like this person is saying, you know, we would be a really good match. We have like, I feel you guys could be opposites with this person in some ways, but also like having things in common. And these are two major arcana cards here as well. So like this person really wanting you to like see how they're feeling, right? With the sun and the moon, I really want you to kind of like see how I'm feeling. And you know, I also feel like this person wants to like do something fun with you, or wants to get out of the house, or you know, wants to go do something fun with you, or wants to plan something fun with you, okay? And the sun is very innocent, and so is the Four of Wands. Like the Four of Wands is pretty innocent too. And you know, it's kind of like good clean fun. I don't feel like, you know, I also feel like this person is saying like what makes you happy, or what will make you happy, because maybe sometimes you guys seem a little bit sad or emotional, or that you don't like something they're doing isn't making you happy or isn't fulfilling you in some way. So I kind of feel like this person like wants to put a smile on your face, the sun. They want to make you feel like positive and happy, I feel like. And I do feel like they care about how you're feeling and how you're thinking and all of that, okay? But you may seem like a little down or a little dissatisfied or a little like in your feelings. And, you know, this person may be like, well, was it something I did? Was it something I said? Was it something I didn't do right? And, you know, I mean, it's kind of, you know, when you're, I feel like this is a pile where you're just starting to talk to someone or getting to know someone. And there is always that awkward energy. Like I feel something for someone, but like, what do I, like, is it the right time? The moon really having to do with timing. Like, should I give it a little bit more time, or should I like let pile number two know that I'm thinking about them? Should I invite them over door? What should I do? I kind of feel like this person is going back and forth a little bit. The High Priestess, wow. Okay. And I definitely feel like the intuition is there. Like they feel it, you feel it. You guys are picking up on each other's feelings. And you know, the moon and the High Priestess, I love those cards, both of them, but I also feel like there's not a lot of communication, you know, or there's maybe like holding feelings inside, or, you know, not having issues, you both kind of having issues with saying how you're feeling. And the High Priestess can definitely like hide things. And perhaps, you know, this person is thinking like, do I make you uncomfortable? Like, do you feel like you can be yourself around me is also what I'm getting. Because the sun really is about like exposing oneself. And, you know, the sun is also like very naked in the tarot, where like it's like the naked person on the horse, you know, whereas the High Priestess is like very clothed, and she's very regal and she's very serious. And it's a little hard to make her smile at times. And she definitely is not like jumping into bed with anyone like right away. She's definitely more reserved, like feeling wise. Like there's a lot of feeling and emotion in the High Priestess, but it's not something that she's showing everyone. It's not something that she's letting everyone into. And there is this, you know, kind of sense of maybe like hiding a little bit or covering yourself up, or you know, seeming a little bit sad or maybe emotional, or not always showing what you're feeling. And perhaps, you know, you guys have been alone a lot, or perhaps you've been on your own a lot, or perhaps you've really been dealing with something in your life that's been very emotional and challenging, pile number 2, and it's hard to kind of like, you know, like show yourself and show what you're feeling. And the sun, like I said, very like naked exposure kind of energy. It's like, this is who I am, and I'm not lying, and I'm not hiding anything. But then the high priestess is like, but I don't feel totally comfortable, or I don't feel like, you know, and maybe you guys are a little bit moody that way, pile number 2, and that's okay, because we do have the Page of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Moon. Like when you're with this person in the moment, or where you're talking to them, there is like happiness, fun, energy going on, but perhaps you overthink things and get quite emotional as well, pile number 2. But this person could think that you're a little moody at times, or that perhaps you're just tired, or perhaps you're sad about something else in your life. And it's okay to be moody. I mean, hell, pile number 2, you know, my moon's in Cancer. I can be very moody too. And perhaps some of you have a lot of water in your chart, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, and you get moody sometimes, and you get down sometimes, and your moods fluctuate. And I do think that this person is, you know, compassionate and sensitive in their own way too as well, and thinking about, you know, how to get you to open up, or how to get you to kind of like trust them, or how to get you to know how they're feeling. When you get 2 people who are a little bit like that, it can be hard to kind of get the door open. But I do feel like this person has an open door for you there, and there's new opportunities for you, pile number 2, to be with a different kind of person than what you've been with in the past, you know. And there is like an opportunity, I feel, for you guys to solidify Malchut, for you guys to solidify in the real world a deeply feeling, compassionate relationship. But that door has to kind of be open, and perhaps some of you have been a little bit bored, or maybe keeping to yourself, or, you know, processing through old emotions, that type of thing. But I think the best thing actually for you and this person to kind of do is, first of all, if they're saying, I have an open door to you, then definitely use that door, because that'll show you like letting someone in. But I also feel what's really key for you and this person is to like plan fun things, or to like plan to go do things, or plan, you know, like ways to kind of like, you know, get out of the house and go do stuff, right? Because the High Priestess and the Moon can be very like, you know, and I feel this person also gets isolated with their thoughts at times as well too. But like there's this need to kind of like enjoy your time together, or have a nice time when you're together. Or, you know, I do feel like this person with the 4 of Wands and the Sun, they want to do stuff that makes you happy, or they want to, you know, do things to like lighten the mood, is what I'm also getting here too. Because the High Priestess and the Moon could be like a very somber type of an energy. So I do feel like, you know, bringing some light or bringing some ease into your life is also something that this person wants to do. Now, it does involve, like I said, like opening up that doorway and, you know, being a little more open and things like that, okay? And, you know, here's the thing. Once you guys are comfortable with someone, I feel you're very open, but it may take you a while to like really trust someone or get comfortable with someone. And that's okay, you know, as long as there's talking happening. And that's kind of like, okay, there needs to be like a little bit of talking. We have isolation and abundance. So perhaps people are like working really hard, or we have sadness on the bottom of the deck here too. So, you know, I was going to ask about this High Priestess, and perhaps you guys have been kind of feeling kind of dismal or sad a little bit. And perhaps some of you have been like working a lot here with abundance and isolation, or working on your goals, busy, that type of thing. And, you know, with Malchut here, perhaps the earth plane, this person also gets very busy and things like that. But the thing is I do feel like you both want connection is what I'm getting. Pile number 2. And maybe sometimes people like using their work as an excuse to isolate themselves. Hey, I've been there, pile number 2. I know how it goes. And sometimes we have to like really focus on, deadlines, goals, money, stuff like that. There is like that whole thing about Malkuth and, the Sephira of like the earth plane. But I also feel, and perhaps somebody here like works alone or, works from home with the moon and the high priestess, or has to spend a lot of time like working alone. All right. And, too much alone time can definitely make people kind of weird or like hesitant to kind of like talk to new people. So, but I do think there is an opening door here, pile number 2, between you and this person. And it is about like livening things up with the 4 of Wands and the Sun. Like we need to liven things up a little bit, So let's see what else we have going on here. We have an M, okay? We have an L, ML. There's an X, okay? So somebody that you guys, I just feel an ex or somebody from your past could have really made you very sad or very much like disappointed you. And maybe some of you are like, that's it. I'm just gonna like focus on my money and focus on my work. I'm not gonna keep, I'm not gonna keep like trying. But I also feel you guys are very romantic, compassionate, caring souls too. So it's hard just to like shut down your feelings because I feel that's not really your nature, okay? And MLK, Martin Luther King, MLK, very interesting, all right? Also could be milk. If we had an I, it could be milk. With the moon and the high priestess, definitely like milky. Maybe you guys have very milky, iridescent, beautiful skin as well. I do feel like this person likes your skin, your hair. Some people take like milk baths. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that before. They'll take like a milk bath to kind of like clear their energy. Kind of interesting. We have a J here. Definitely with the moon, like in the high priestess, like in water, taking baths, swimming, that type of thing. We have an O, okay? And I feel like home, job, alone, like that type of thing could definitely be here. We have here mole, okay? Maybe somebody, maybe you have a very cute mole or you have like a beauty mole somewhere. Hopefully no moles or things like that that you're worried about because of the sun, like protecting yourself from sun damage. Obviously very important, but maybe someone here is having a mole checked out. And we also have Joel, 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 okay? And Leo is here. Leo, somebody could be Leo, Leonardo, or just a Leo in general. Interesting. We have Mo here, and maybe you guys are a Leo. Me, Leo, okay? That's interesting. Or maybe you have Leo in your chart. Because the sun, right? Very much that energy, but maybe you haven't been feeling it too much. Okay, we have lie. Yeah, because people lie, and it makes you guys really sad. It's like, why can't people just be honest with what they're feeling? And I feel like that's very upsetting to you guys. Like, of course, liars are generally upsetting to a lot of people, but perhaps you guys had an ex that lied to you a lot or cheated or something like that, okay? So let's see what else we have here. Also feel like the name Kyle could be here. And mom, M-O-M, okay? Somebody's mom could be here too. Let's see what else. Maybe some of you have been dealing with the loss of a mother figure in your life, or you've been very emotional because of something about your mom, okay? Let's see, we have an H here. Hi, hello. I feel like mom is like hello. For those of you that have a mom that passed away, I feel like it's like hello, hi. Mom is popping up in your guys' reading, which is interesting. Okay. Hello, Hello, and hi. Hi, Mom, or hello and hi, Mom. That type of thing is kind of interesting. Anyway, I feel like the name Holly or Heidi could also be here too. Holli. Heidi. We're missing the D, but you know, let's see what else. We have a D. Mood. 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 Okay. Moody. Down. Hello. Hi. Moody. Okay. Maybe you guys have been feeling, you know, doom, that impending sense of doom, and our mood gets kind of like low, you know. And I'm also seeing mold or moldy or something like old and moldy, maybe that you guys need to get rid of. With so much water here, we have to be careful of water damage, don't we? Yeah, we have Dell, okay, Dell, and old mom. Maybe some of you are feeling kind of like, I feel like an old mom, or maybe some of you had an older mom or a mom that passed because you were born when she was older. I am seeing an older mom or someone who became a mom when they were older. Dom, interesting. Somebody who's kind of dominating. I'm not feeling like a crazy dominating energy from this person, pile number one, or pile number two, but maybe you had an ex that was very like dominating, like, you know, emotionally or sexually or whatever, you know, but I am seeing that. And, you know, this reading is called Melt with You, Stop the World and Melt with You. And, you know, what's so funny is like the High Priestess and the Moon, the Page of Cups, that's all about like melting and mold, you know, like molding yourself into someone else, that type of thing. If we have a T, we'll have melt right here, which is very interesting. I also feel Keiko could be here, and I'm seeing the K names as well. And we have Doll or Dolly. Okay, maybe some of you had a grandma or a mom that went by Dolly, or somebody named Dolly in your life, because I am seeing that. Moody Dolly. Maybe you guys feel like a moody doll. Doll that's moody. Pile number two. Hey, I get it. Sometimes in my own Cancer moon world, I get very moldy and moody as well. So, you know, it's okay. And yeah, and let's see what else. Molly, Molly is here too. And you, okay, you, Moody, you Moody. Oh man. Someone's moody. We've already seen that, haven't we? We already know that. You guys are like annoyed. You're like, I know, like, leave me alone. But anyway, that's funny. Let's get one more letter here. Let's get one more letter. And home. Yes, Home. Home, like I talked, in a home mood, in a I want to stay home type of a mood, you know, that type of thing. And interesting, like I want to stay home. I don't want to be out and about. I want to just like chill. So I am seeing that. This person's like, you home. They're wondering if you're home, or like, do you want to come over? You know, you home, Youhome, you home, question mark. Okay, so this person wondering like, hey, can I come over? Can you come over? Are you home? Type of thing. And we have mule. Okay, so someone could have been very stubborn, like a mule. Maybe some of you had a very like stubborn mother, or you know, somebody can be, maybe you're a mule, pile number two, like you can be very stubborn as well. And a mole is also someone who kind of like hides and then lies. And maybe some of you had an ex that was really like that, and would like hide and lie and wasn't who they said they were or pretended to be. So that's, you know, that'll make anyone a little bit moody for sure. And like you, I L-I-K-E-Y-O-U. I like you. Okay, this person is saying I like you. Hit me up. H-M-U. I like you. Hit me up. Okay, so it's so interesting. I love your guys's initials, pile number 2. This person's saying they like you and they're, you're on their thoughts. We have a G here, guy, okay? Guys lie. I feel like, for those of you, guy lie. Maybe you guys feel like, you know what? Guys lie all the time. They just lie all the time. And, I get it. And, here's hug, H-U-G, okay? Hug you. Yeah, compassion, Malhut, open door, like hug you. This person wants to hug you, pile number 2, okay? And perhaps some of you have a mother, like I said, that's passed on or was sick or older and wants to give you a hug too, okay? We have ugly, U-G-L-Y. Like maybe someone told you guys and that's why you feel like you hide sometimes and you don't want to expose yourself. Maybe you had an ex that told you like you're ugly or was some really horrible person. We have Doug or Dougie here. So that's interesting. Maybe some of you, yuck, okay, W-Y-K. I mean, I feel like you guys could get yucked out by somebody who was, somebody like Dougie or somebody like your ex or somebody horrible like that. Maybe some of you knew someone named Doug or Dougie and they were horrible. But yeah, very interesting. We have home and then we have hide. Hide at home. Very much like Moon and High Priestess, Page of Cups. I'm just going to hide at home, like leave me alone. And I'm seeing uke, like ukulele or somebody who plays the ukulele. I'm also seeing uncle. Okay, maybe some of you had an uncle that passed. But I'm also seeing somebody who could play the ukulele or somebody who has like musical talents, very much like Page of Cups, artistic, creative, talented, and yeah, so pile number 1, muggy, okay? Maybe it's very muggy and hot where you're at and you're like, I don't even want to be outside, okay? But very interesting reading, pile number 2. I feel there's somebody here who, and perhaps some of you here are like, I came to this reading seeing who I would be with in the future. And I do feel like, you could be with someone who's like very sensitive and very compassionate, and that would be very good for you. I feel pile number 2, okay? So that is what I'm getting for you, my loves. I wish you all the very best. Take care of yourself, pile number 2, and I hope to see you again next time. For those of you that would like a personal reading with me, there's details for how to book one below. Thanks again, and let's move on to pile number 3. Okay, let's do it. For pile number 3. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the eggplant, and today's reading is called Melt With You. I'll stop the world and melt with you. And we're going to find out this person's thoughts and feelings towards you. Pile number 3. We will do initials at the end of the reading, so do stick around for that. And so far, we've had like some very watery readings for pile number 1 and 2. Very much like a melting, kind of coming together with someone. Let's see what's going on in your pile. I love that you guys picked the eggplant. Let's go ahead and see Melt With You for pile number 3. What is this person's thoughts and feelings for my pile number 3s, please? What are their thoughts and feelings? Okay. Ooh, Melt With You, Queen of Cups. Oh my gosh. We had the High Priestess in pile number 1, and now we had the High Priestess and the Moon in pile number 2, and now we have the Queen of Cups in pile number 3. So definitely something about water and like melting together. And, you know, what I'm seeing in these readings is like a lot of craving for like touch and intimacy and care and hugs and like sensitivity. I am seeing a lot of that. And perhaps you guys are healers and pile number 2, or have a very healing, lovely, nice touch. You certainly have quite a lot of gifts to share with whoever you're with. And I will say with the Queen of Cups, there can be sometimes like getting exhausted or getting depleted from like, you know, the like work and the emotions and everything that maybe you put into things. But the Queen of Cups like really wants to feel it and really, really wants to feel that love and passion and connectedness. And so she is water of water. She is the waterest of the watery. But let's go ahead and check out what you've got here. Caught in a fantasy. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. And caught in a fantasy. Feminine. Okay. And interesting, pile number 3. I feel this is kind of about you guys, and maybe you're wondering like, am I caught in a fantasy to like feel like that this person cares, or am I being realistic? And that is something, you know, with the Queen of Cups that we kind of want to look at too, because the Queen of Cups is so like emotionally dedicated. Like sometimes she can get lost in the sauce because she is so emotionally like, ooh, sorry about that. I just backed my chair up. She is so emotionally like there for people, you know, and maybe some of you are kind of mad. We have this feminine energy here of like, you know, I don't want to be caught in a fantasy. I don't want to be like, you know, believing something that isn't true. Okay. So interesting energy, you know, and when two people are both kind of caught in a fantasy, that can be a little bit challenging. It can be beautiful, but it also can be challenging. We have Netzach, the Sephirah that has to do with Venus and has to do with our desires and what we want, you know. It's like me wanting that, me needy that. And there's not a lot of thinking with Netzach. Netzach is just like feeling into the situation and wanting what it wants type of energy, okay? And, you know, this person may feel like, are you really listening to me, or are you just caught up with what you want? And perhaps there's been a little bit of talk like that between you two, or silent feelings between you two of it's like, do you really see me for me, or do you really see what I have and what I offer, or are you just like caught up in a fantasy, right? Because sometimes the fantasy is like better than reality, or we you know, we see things how we want to see them type of energy. We have higher perspective here. Okay, so I feel like this person is saying like, do you really see me for who I am, or are you like caught up in a fantasy of what this could be? Okay, and higher perspective, interesting. And sometimes we do need to get out of our emotions and out of our feelings, and we need to look at things from a higher perspective. And I do feel like this person is trying to look at something from a higher perspective here, and is trying to figure out what they want is kind of what I'm getting here, okay? And they may be taking a while to kind of like figure out what they want. And a higher perspective. But look, they're in a bubble. This person's like in a bubble and everything is there around them. So they're looking for a higher perspective of what they want. They could be feeling kind of pressured about like their feelings and what to do and how to kind of figure out what they want out of this connection, okay? And I feel like that could make you guys very mad, pile number 3, because it's like hey, I've been there for you. Like, I have taken care of you, I've helped you, I've been there for you, and you still don't know like what you want, or you still are looking for some other perspective, or like you still don't know what you feel, or you still don't like trust my judgment, okay, is what I'm kind of getting here, pile number 3. And this says, warrior, keep fighting. You are stronger than you think. And perhaps that's something that you guys need to know, because it may feel like whatever you say or do, or whatever you try to help this person with, or however you try to put your energy in to help them, to care, etc., they just don't see it the way that you see it, okay? And we have warrior, keep fighting, you are stronger than you think. And I think that message is for you, pile number 3. And this whole thing of like, fighting for what you want and fighting for like what you need in a situation is very important. Like, if your emotional needs are not being met, then you need to basically, if they're, after a while, sometimes you get sick of fighting though. Sometimes it's like, if this person isn't going to like understand me on a deeper level, then I'm actually sick of fighting for this, okay? And perhaps this person is thinking like, is this really what I want? And am I sick of fighting for this too? Okay. So I see 2 people here who are trying to figure out how they feel and about each other, okay? And what they want from a connection, or what they want from something emotionally. And I do feel like this person is a little bit closed off, and they may be caught in a fantasy of what they think they can have. And, they want to have it all, or they want what they want type of energy. And I feel like that could make you guys very mad, pile number 3, because of everything with this warrior energy, everything that you've done for this person, everything that you have done to help them or be there for them, pile number 3, okay? And there's a danger here, I feel like, in this one, pile number 3, of not seeing each other for who each other are, and just seeing what you want to see, and continuing to fight for something that maybe isn't working the way that working out the way you want it to. So that's very interesting. And perhaps you guys have felt like giving up, and it's like, I've tried to do what I can in this situation. And I feel like the keep fighting, you are stronger than you think, is keep fighting for what you want and what you need emotionally, whether it's with this person or someone else, And let's see here. We have the 3 of Wands, okay? We have the 8 of Wands here, and we have the World card, okay? And then we have the 9 of Cups. And, there is an energy here of someone who is looking for a way out, is what I kind of feel. Pile number 3. Like, I do feel this person could be looking for a way out, and looking for a way forward, okay? And the thing is I do kind of feel like this person tends to kind of come back when they need something from you, or they tend to kind of come around again or talk to you again when they need something from you. Maybe they need to feel comforted by you. Maybe they need like something actual material from you. But there is this need here. I feel like this person has a need to put some distance between this relationship, or what this was, pile number 3, okay? And, I feel like you just want this person to be happy, honestly. Like, you just want them to, like, grow up and learn from their experiences and be happy with their life, okay? And I do feel like you want to see this person mature, pile number 3, or become more mature. Now, here's the thing with the World card, right? And you want to see this person, I do feel you care about this person's happiness, and you want to see them like mature into something better, you know? And I feel like this person with the 3 of Wands, like they could be restless, they could be wanting to do something different or go somewhere. It's hard for them to settle down in one place, or it may just be hard for them to settle down in general, you know? And this person may have like ADD, or they may have, they may have actual ADD, or they may just have a hard time like staying in one spot for a long time or committing to any one thing for a long time. And, you know, I feel like you guys have a commitment with the World card and the 9 of Cups. Like, you know, you guys really, when you're with someone, you really take care of them, and you really want to feel that commitment. And I think, you know, having a commitment from this person would make you happy, pile number 3. But I also feel like this person is a free spirit with the 3 of Wands and the 8 of Wands, and they're not like sticking around or slowing down. And I also feel like this person thinks that you keep fighting for them, or you keep fighting for the connection no matter what, and that when you have your eyes set on something, there's nothing that can really stop you from going after what you want. And they may also think that, you know, you think that there is a spiritual connection as well, or some type of higher purpose, higher perspective for what is happening between you two. Now, you know, there's this whole thing of, like we said, about living in a fantasy and fighting for something that doesn't give you what you need. You know what I mean? Pile number 3. And here's the thing that I don't, you know, and I feel like maybe at times, you know, this person is like closing themselves off or giving up on the connection, and then they see things from a different perspective, and then they see all the things that you've done, and it makes them want to see you more or talk to you more. But here's the thing, and I do feel like this person thinks that you're very strong, or that you always fight for what you want, and that you don't give up on the things that you're like pushing for, you know, and that you don't like to give up on people either. Now, here's the thing that I don't really like too much about this situation, pile number 3, okay? And here's the thing that I'm not like into is the Queen of Cups can almost become like a parental figure to someone that they're with. Like, you know, a parental figure would kind of like dress their kid for school and like push them out the door and be like, go tackle, you know, but come home to mommy, but like go out and do what you need to do, but then come home. And of course, a parent, if they're a good parent, is going to want to create like boundaries and structure. The World card, the 9 of Cups, is going to want to see their child happy, is going to want to see them growing up and maturing, like this type of thing. And it's very much kind of like a parental type of an energy. And, you know, I'm not really for that in like romantic relationships. I think that, you know, sometimes we do get into these positions with people where, you know, so-and-so is having fun and doing whatever they want and going after what they want, and then coming back and like seeing you or surprising you. I also feel they could come back and surprise you sometimes with the 8 of Wands here, pile number 3. But I also feel the 8 of Wands is a very much it's the Lord of swiftness. And, you know, the 3 of Wands is Mars in Aries. And I kind of feel like this person's like, I can do whatever I want without you in a way. I also feel Mercury and Sagittarius, Eight of Wands, could be like saying a lot or making a lot of promises or like inflating things a little bit when they're talking to someone and not really like, you know, the World card also has to do with accomplishment and expectations. So, you know, I feel like there is an expectation from your end that this person, you know, follow through with what they're doing. And the thing is with the Three of Wands and Eight of Wands is I feel like they're more interested in like pursuing what they want to pursue, or they're more interested in kind of like being able to do whatever they want, or, you know, have a lot of exciting adventures is also what I see here too, because the Eight of Wands, Three of Wands is all about having like exciting adventures, traveling, going places, doing different things. And the World card is like, you know, when you come back, I'll be here for you. And, you know, like being here for you and, you know, being the stable one and being here for you, like makes me happy. Like I am happy to like, you know, be that person for you, which that solid, dependable, you know, person. And while I commend your like willingness to be there for someone, pile number three, I, you know, and commend your maturity and your willingness to sacrifice for other people, Queen of Cups, and all of that. I also just think that this person may have like really their own goals and their own ambitions in mind, or their agenda in mind, because the Three of Wands represents Mars and Aries. So it's like, I'm going to go do what I want to do. And I've got, you know, my agenda on my mind. And, you know, this person kind of like coming back around to kind of like restart conversations with you, or leaving and coming back a lot. I do see that energy, and I do feel like this relationship or connection could be something that you guys have been wanting or fighting for, or you're willing to fight for, or you have been willing to not give up on it. And I do feel like this person feels like you're always like there for them with the World card, and that you want to see them happy. But I also feel that this person thinks that you have expectations with the World card, and they don't, you know, I feel like this is a kind of person that maybe gets bored with expectations or doesn't care about the expectations. They just want to do what they want to do. And I do feel that they feel guilty sometimes. Pile number three, like this caught in a fantasy, you know, I feel like this person is saying like, I don't want to give you the wrong idea type of energy. And, you know, I don't want to make you mad. Like I can see that they think that you're, you know, I feel like they're saying that you may be caught in a fantasy or wanting them to do certain things that they don't want to do. And, you know, I also feel like this person with Netzach and higher perspective could be like, well, we want different things. Like you want to stay put and you want to have this like mature life, or, you know, you want to do this thing, but I want to go out and travel the world. I want to go out and do different stuff. I want to go out and, you know, live my life. But I also feel like this person could be caught in a fantasy too of like, you know, what a person is really, you know, putting their own needs first is what I kind of feel with Netzach and higher perspective, and, you know, kind of putting what they want to do first, you know. And I feel like you guys work really hard for this connection, or, you know, you guys put a lot into, you know, working for a connection or working for something to work out, pile number three. But I'm also like drawn to this higher perspective Netzach and saying like, is this what you really want? Do you want to keep fighting for this? Because I kind of feel like this person is like not really settling down is kind of what I'm getting, you know. And perhaps you guys want an answer from this person, or you've asked them something and maybe they even have a hard time sitting down and even explaining where they're at, because they're always like gone and doing something. And that's fine, but I just kind of feel you two are at different places. And like I said, I don't really like the parental kind of energy going on here. I don't think that that's super healthy for either person involved, pile number 3, you know? And hey, I mean, I've been there myself, like, you know, giving everything I got to something, and then that person doesn't, you know, they don't really see the value of it, that type of thing, okay? And I feel like this person wants to leave and go somewhere else, and they're asking you to see it their way, okay? Netzach and higher perspective, and not to like get mad at them for it. But I also feel like, you know, given time, history, events, everything, that you have certain expectations of them, and they act like they don't really know what those are, which is kind of where I feel you could be getting really angry at some point, you know? And maybe this person hasn't really seen you like get really, really super angry at times, because I feel you guys are mature. You do want the best for people. You do care about people. But I also feel too, if you guys got really mad, like, as well, like this person would probably be like, whoa, I'm out of here, you know? But let's see, let's see. And, you know, if that was to happen, pile number 3, I want to get a little bit more information about this 9 of Cups. Spirit, can you show me the 9 of Cups here? Can you show me the 9 of Cups? Okay, protection on the bottom of the deck. And I do feel like Spirit is protecting your happiness and your future happiness, right? And sometimes we think something is a huge missed opportunity and we're not getting what we want, but we need to look at it from a higher perspective. And we have abundance and frustration here. So it's like, I can't get what I want. Like, I want to be happy, but I'm not getting what I want. And I keep trying to shove like a square, you know, a square thing into a round peg. Like the parts do not fit. And I want, you know, I want to fight for what I want here, but at the same time, I'm frustrated, okay? Because I'm not getting where I want to go with this person, you know? And it's like, why can't we just be happy together? Or why can't we just like enjoy life together? And perhaps this person is also like not very good with money, or they're not very good with like material things as well. On top of that, pile number 3, and you're the one that's always having to kind of hold it down, or, you know, be the responsible one with the World card here, okay? And that piece of it could be very frustrating too. Maybe you're always contributing to things, but this person isn't, like, you know, I'm just seeing some energy with that pile number 3 and some frustration that things are not going the way that you want them to go. But sometimes like missed opportunities or things that we don't get are actually just, what do they always say? Like rejection is redirection. And I do feel like there is some of that going on, because I do feel you guys are very, very strong people emotionally. And even though you're sensitive, you're extremely strong and you do fight for what you want. And that is very commendable, you know, but I also feel like protections on the bottom of the deck here is saying, you know, if something did end in this situation, or if something wasn't working out the way you wanted it to, I just feel like, or this person left you high and dry, or left you with something, I feel pile number 3, rejection is redirection and spiritual protection in this case, okay? And, you know, really looking at things from a higher perspective and saying like, do me and this person want the same things? Are we at the same place? And do our like values align? And I do think with the World card here, there is a need to have like a practical assessment, you know? It's like, you know, the World card in the tarot represents Saturn. So it is like a practical assessment of where I'm at with this, where they're at, and, you know, is there a reason for my frustration? And also, am I leaning too much into like protecting this other person over myself? Am I leaning into like giving too much? Am I leaning into like almost being in a parental type of a role towards this person? Am I leaning in too much into like being the stable, dependable one, always caring, always there, while this person is off doing whatever, you know? So I think, you know, I kind of feel like this person, their mind really isn't on relationships as much. Their mind may be on more of like getting ahead in life or how to accomplish, like they want to put a lot of energy into their projects and the things that they're working on and where they're going and where they're headed, and they're not really in like settle down mode. You know what I'm saying? Pile number 3. And reflections on the bottom of the deck. And so just kind of reflecting on where you're at in your life versus where they are at could be very beneficial. But sometimes like when we reflect on something, it shows us the information that we're missing, or it shows us like what, you know, it shows us our own reflection, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm doing this again. I need to kind of like back up, you know? And the Queen of Cups could definitely possibly get taken advantage of, because it's like giving so much, you know, and healing and helping and giving, and you know, like it's just the Queen of Cups needs her King of Cups, not like, you know, the Three of Wands. Okay, like anyway, pile number, not that the Three of Wands is like a horrible card, it's not, you know. And I don't necessarily feel like this person's selfish. I do get some of that, pile number 3. They can be selfish and youthful, and there's nothing wrong with them wanting to go after what they want to go after. But I also feel like there is a selfishness with them. And with you, there's a tendency to like be there a lot for someone. So when you get 2 people matched up like that, that's the problem that I have. And I'm sure you guys are frustrated with it as well. And I feel like Spirit is coming through and asking you, like, is this really what you want? Like, be honest with yourself and don't quit fighting for the life that you want, even if it's not with this person, okay? Even if you have to like let them go. And, you know, I know that that is hurtful and it's painful, but I actually feel like Spirit is saying, with the World card and the 9 of Cups, like when you end this, I think you'll be happier, you know, or when you'll be happier to kind of like close this chapter. Well, it's hard at first, but I also feel like, you know, you'll be much happier, and that frustration won't be there as much anymore, okay? Let's go ahead and get some initials. So pile number 3, very different reading than pile number 1 and number 2. Very different reading indeed. And so hopefully you got something from this reading, but you know, you can always watch other readings, the other 2 piles if you want. But we have bye here, like bye-bye. I also kind of feel like baby, you know, but bye-bye type of thing. We have bye and bye V here, okay? And you buy, or buy, B-U-Y, buying something for someone that kind of makes them happy too, like spending money, abundance, frustration, like, you know, buying stuff for someone and that type of thing. Interesting. Buy, B-Y-E, yeah, buy, you buy. And I feel like Spirit is saying you go buy, like you go away from this situation. You end this situation because you're going to be a lot happier, because this person likes to run off and then come back with the 3 of Wands, 8 of Wands. Run off, come back, run off, come back, you know, but there is a lot of like, we need to kind of say goodbye, or you buy, or go by, you know. Maybe somebody here is actually bi, like bisexual too. I don't know, because they're saying a lot of buys here. But anyway, that's interesting. We have a W, okay, W, like be wise, like you be wise, right? With the World card, definitely that energy of like, you know, you be wise, or you see situation for what it is type of thing. And let's see what else we have here. Bay, B-E-Y, you bay, like you baby or you bay, okay? But then also bye, so B-Y-E, like what is going on? We bye, or like we are saying goodbye to each other type of thing, okay? And maybe there is a whole thing of like, yeah, we'll be happier, like not, like we need to give each other space. Perhaps there is that energy there too. And we have D, weed, okay, weed, W-E-E-D, weedy, weed, all right, and maybe this person coming back to like get, you know, have some drinks with you or something like that, but it's like, yeah, I don't know. We have, buy weed, anyway, maybe this person reaches out to you for something like that, and you're like, what, and and what are you talking about? Maybe they ask you for something, for like party favors or something. I don't know, pile number 3, but it's interesting. We have a Z here, a Z, okay? Sometimes it's easy to kind of slip into old habits, isn't it? And anyway, we have a Z there, and then we have an L, belly, okay? And the 9 of Cups, I always feel like should have like a big Buddha belly or something. But somebody who likes to consume a lot or eat a lot, or, you know, is kind of like, I got a little bit of a belly, that's okay. And well, W-E-L, wells, like someone who says W-E-L-L-Z, like wells or something, talks like that. Like instead of saying well then, it says like wells. And lewd is also what I see here, possibly like some lewd messages or things going back and forth. Yeah, let's see what else we have here. Do or dewy? Oh boy. Anyway, I'm not gonna, just stuff going on in my head. I also see L here, E-L-L-E for a name, okay? And let's see, Zelle, Z-E-L-L-E. I think that's like a money app where you can send people money through Zelle, okay? This person could be very kind of irresponsible. Somebody could be very irresponsible with money. Perhaps you've sent money to this person before. And I also feel like label is here, label, like labeling something. And let's see what else we have going on. Debbie, or the name Debbie, is here too. Let's see what else. Okay. Be well. Be well, okay? Bye and be well. I feel like you tell this person bye and be well. You know, like no ill will. When we close something and it's like, okay, bye and be well, that's it. Like, you know, I'm kind of like done with something. And swell, okay? And a slew of things going on. And I feel like we could have baby sleep or sleepy baby here too. And interesting. Okay, we have a G. Okay, be well, bye-bye, like that type of energy. B-U-H, bye, bye-bye, bye-bye and be well. Oh no. Yikes. And there's hug there on the bottom, somebody giving someone a hug and saying bye-bye and be well type of thing. And it's like, listen, if you don't want to. We have guess, G-U-E-S-S, like don't leave me guessing about what is going on. Don't like just take off and kind of like leave me guessing. And we can definitely see some of that energy. We have Wes and Gus for names there. And let's see. Anything else? I've got one more letter. Oh, X. Okay. Doesn't surprise me. Okay. So maybe I'm talking to you guys about an ex or someone you used to be with in the past that has been popping back up, or you guys know that who this is about and you know that it is about an ex. And I apologize, you know, like if you guys came here wanting to hear about someone else, like full on, you know, and it's like, dwell. I feel like you guys don't really want to like dwell on this anymore. With the World card here and the Nine of Cups, I do feel like there is a need to want to move on, and maybe you don't want to dwell on things anymore. Or maybe you feel like you have been dwelling on things too much since you've said goodbye or closed that chapter. I also feel like baby or sugar baby, or some type of baby sugar, something could be here too. Dug you. I do feel like this ex like really did dig you, or thought that you were very swell, or thought that you were like a good person. But I do feel like they did dig you, but I kind of feel like you two are in different places. That's the thing. And sometimes that happens. Like we just want different things, and we see, like, I feel like Spirit is saying, don't give up with what you want, like with what's going to make you happy. And if this isn't making you happy, then definitely say bye-bye to it. Okay. And, yeah, anyway, say less, right? Say less. I think that that is very interesting. Well, pile number 3. I'm going to go ahead and leave the reading right there. And for those of you that would like to get a personal reading with me, you can always request one. There's details in the description box for how to do that. If you're looking for an astrological reading, a natal chart reading, details for how to request one are below. Thank you so much, everybody, and I wish you all the best. Take care.